Hello, Dr. DMAC. This is Ivan Acosta from your PT2 class. I'm going to make a quick 360 around the room. All right, I'm going to set you up for our next exercise. So our next exercise is going to be gradual exposure to wrist extension with compression. So I'm going to have my wallet simulate the ball, and this chair is going to simulate the table we put it on. So for this exercise is for those patients who have that they might suffer from a mild wrist sprain or scapulae instability or a lot of sensitivity in the wrist extended position, especially on like push-ups and things like that. So for this exercise, it's going to be targeting those extensors of the wrist, and it's going to be also the muscles that are surrounding the carpals, or in the tendons as well that are surrounding the carpals. So for this exercise, I'm going to start in an athletic stance. So my patient's going to start in an athletic stance. We're going to start with a neutral grip first, and I'm going to be simulating it with the ball with my wallet. So neutral grip, we're going to keep our shoulder over in line with our wrist and our hand, and we're going to be compressing into the table, and then observing patient sensitivity from here. As they're able to tolerate this, we're going to start making small teacup circles clockwise and counterclockwise. And one cue we can give them is trace the surface of a teacup as we make circles. Another way we can do it is trying to put our hands around the patient's wrist and say, hey, follow my hand as I make a circle with your wrist. After they are able to make those teacup size circles, we can gradually start making even bigger circles from a neutral and compressed position. After they are able to tolerate that, we're going to start introducing a little bit more extension. So we're going to be more extended with our wrist and still compressing into the table. And the same process goes. We're going to make teacup size circles and then gradually counterclockwise and clockwise larger circles. So minimum effective dosage on this one, depending on the patient's tolerance, of course. And we can also do this bilaterally. So depending on which wrist is affected or both wrists are affected. So again, things we don't want to see is we don't want to see our patient's shoulders being too far back from the wrist. We also don't want to see them going too fast and gradually going too fast with those circles. So slower circles first, and then as they're able to tolerate, we can introduce faster circles. But again, a great exercise for patients who have those mild wrist sprains, scapulae instabilities, and wrist extension sensitivity.